For our last one, which is the cube, I'm going to switch to using a crayon. So if a crayon is something you have, then this would be something that you could use to draw your cube. And again, this is more like a rectangle, like a three-dimensional rectangle than a cube, because I couldn't find a perfect cube around my house. But it's got more of a straight edge geometric shape to it, and I'm drawing it so that I can see two sides of the cube at once. So to do two sides of the cube at once, it starts with some straight lines. So I have a straight line there. Okay. And then the next one is going to be at a little bit of an angle. So the next one is going to start a little lower and go down. And then I want to really observe the cube I'm looking at to get this angle to be correct. So there's the bottom one. And this is just for one side. And then the same thing, I'm kind of following this because the position I have my cube, I can see the top of it, so I want to make sure I have that going pretty much the same. And then this side, it's going to go upward. And then a straight line down. Okay, and now I want to try to match this. So this is going this way. I'm going to move over, go that way. This one's going this way. I'm going to try to get that sort of a diamond shape on the top of the cube, or top of the rectangular form. Okay, so that's the top. And my light source again is coming from the right side. So this is going to get shaded in very similar to the cylinder. So I can use the edge of my crayon and put in my lightest, drawing very lightly, my lightest shade, lightest value. Here we go. And now because of the shape of this side here is completely in darkness. It's not getting any light. So this is going to be my darkest part. And then this side here actually is getting most of the light. So I'm going to go into this side and add that lightest light that's also on the top. And I'm following the direction of the form. Okay. And there's a little bit, just where it's a little bit out of the range of the light, it gets a little bit darker right there, but not very much. So most of the light is hitting right around here. That gets a little darker, and then it's going to make that turn, and this is where it's getting much darker. There's no light really hitting this side. It's being blocked. Really dark. The difference between this side and this side should be really obvious, and in art, when it's obvious, it's called high contrast. So I'm going to keep darkening up this side because I want it to be super contrast, super obvious that this side is the darker side. So that it looks more 3D. Okay, and there is also a shadow here, but big difference with this shadow is there's not really a reflected light this time because it's being blocked out. So I'm just going to lay in that shadow, just like that. Okay. So there's our three different forms. So crayon can be used for doing the value shading. Oop. Come on, crayon. It doesn't want to not roll. It's just going to keep rolling. Okay, crayon, colored pencil, and graphite pencil. So you can do pencil, colored pencil, or crayon.